Welcome to the Alive Line Network. I'm Nora Buckley, and I'm here with Patrice Masse. She's a healer and a counselor. Her practice is called Sacred Spiral Life Work. And I'd like to welcome you, Marie.
Thank
and tell us about your work and your practice.
Okay, well, thank you, Nora. It's a pleasure to be here. I have a practice that's a combination of healing work, counseling, and coaching because, how it all started was many years ago I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. And I was told, take an aspirin, learn to live with it. And the little spunky person in me said, nah, we're not going there. And that actually, the fibromyalgia was the gift that brought me into the healing world and really started me on my spiritual path, my awakening consciousness.
Wow. So how long have you been in practice?
Oh, since 1999, I started my full-time practice, and I started learning different techniques, healing techniques, in 1997.
Wow. I've really discovered that practitioners have a starting point, Reiki, polarity, and then they just grow as they expand and really create their own gift to give to the world. And it sounds like you're doing that too.
Exactly. What I do now, I put Reiki and craniosacral therapy and polarity therapy and many other techniques on my card and on my website. But what I really do is I offer people support and assistance in relaxing into more of who they are. So I use whatever techniques are going to support them in doing that. Sometimes it's somebody to listen to them. Sometimes it's helping them to get a different perspective on what's going on so we can shift out of victim stance and into, oh, this is here like fibromyalgia. Oh, this is a gift. This is here to serve me in some way. So they can move forward with their life from a place of greater peace and strength and clarity. So I use whatever tools I have, and I'm always discovering new tools, learning new techniques to help people and to help myself, because my sense is that I'm one or two steps ahead of most of my clients, and sometimes one step ahead in some areas and not as far along in other areas. So it's a very interesting process.
Who do you want to reach with your work?
The people that I am most inspired to work with are people who are feelers, who are deeply sensitive and have felt that it was painful to be here in a physical body or painful to be in the world. People who've made themselves wrong to be so deeply sensing and feeling, or who've made the world wrong for being the way it is. And some of those people may not really understand that about themselves at a conscious level yet. Sometimes they show up as people who realize that there's more to life, and they're missing something, or they've given themselves away and they're looking to reclaim themselves and who they are.
Wow. What kind of results do your clients get?
Typically, my clients will feel physically a much deeper relaxation in their bodies, emotionally much more stable and comfortable feeling whatever there is to feel, and their lives begin to expand and take a direction. They sort of expand and contract at the same time. So there's a pulling away from experiences that are not supportive, and experiences that they don't need to learn from anymore. So reaping the learning from those experiences and focusing in a direction that's more deeply aligned with the truth of who they are.
Great. Tell us where you practice and then we'll wrap things up.
Well, I used to own a center, a physical center. I know you talked about wanting to create a physical center in Millis. And I was living in Framingham at the time and had the commute back and forth. And what I realized was I love creating sacred space in my home as part of my home and welcoming people into that. So for the past 8 years, I've been practicing in my home. I have a room that I call my healing room. And people usually remark on the energy of the space, the house, when they come into the house, and especially when they come into the healing room, that they can tell that there's sacred energy here, that there's been a lot of healing here, and it feels very safe and comfortable. When people come here, it's easy for them to trust and to relax into more and more of the truth of who they are.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing your gift. This is Nora Buckley from the Alive Line Network. I'm finishing my interview of Patrice Masse in her healing room, and her work is Sacred Spiral Life Work, Healing and Coaching Practice. Thank you and goodbye.